Hey, my beautiful friends. Guys, welcome. For the last couple of years, we have been running. Let me just make sure that this thing is on. Okay, great. Great. Perfect. I'm using some new technology. For the last couple of years, we've been running these live guided group meditations on a daily basis. Personally, I've run over 500 of them, but I've been doing them on other platforms. And starting now, deciding to not use only the platforms that I was running on before, something that we created specifically for meditators, but to stream them here on social media. So every morning, about this time, we're going to play with it a little bit. Going to figure out what's the best time for all of us. And again, you can always watch these a little bit later. But specifically, this is about a 10 to 15 minute practice. And I'm just going to keep streaming these every day. There's so many groups of people that have requested some kinds of information. Like, how do I actually get into it? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? That we're just going to start pushing them here. So if there's, well, for anybody that's on, this is going to run about 10 to 15 minutes. That's a first move. That's a first few minutes of a explanation of class. And then we're going to run a few minutes of guided meditation and then a few minutes of private personal practice, which is really epic and amazing. And it's the thing that kind of unwinds all the stuff that's going on in the mind. It's the thing that, you know, when life gets really hard and you're just fractalizing everywhere, meaning you just can't control what's going on in the mind. It feels like you're having a panic attack and an anxiety attack and everything feels like it's falling apart. In these moments, this is like exercising the muscle. We're going to be practicing a few things that help mitigate that. So when things go really south, you're going to say, oh yeah, I remember exactly how to do this because part of this is guided, part of this is fun, other parts of this is exercise. It's kind of like the difference between going to the gym and getting a massage. Both are epic for the body. The massage is comfortable and it feels nice and it's in flow and it's just beautiful. But it's not necessarily the thing that keeps you healthy, not by itself. The exercise is the thing that also keeps you healthy. So we're going to be flowing both. Sound good? So in order to get started, I'm sitting on the ground, but you do what you do. We're going to have this dialogue. And part of that dialogue is get into your most comfortable position. This is something different for everybody. Somebody might be on the floor and they might be like, I can't move out of bed. And so you're going to get into your comfortable position for that. Others might say, hey, I can't like adjust right, my back, you know, I've got these things going on. And that's okay for you too. You're going to sit up against a wall. Maybe you're going to lay down on the floor, or you may even find that you want to sit on the couch. I think I just unfocused myself. We'll figure that out. Hello. Awesome. So this is that most comfortable position, but today, starting off brand new, scratch. Let's assume that we don't know anything about meditation. One of the reasons that they have you sit in a straight position, shoulders back, arms up, is that your central nervous system, the column that runs down through the spine, it also has little teeny lines that run up it that not only do all of your nerve endings that run through the spine, which is most of your entire body, but you also have spinal column fluid. And that fluid, the more that it's free to move up and move down, the easier your central nervous system can push that information up and down. This is where you start to relieve back pains, pressures, issues. You might, anyway, there's a lot of things that we can go into, but I want to keep this pretty straight, pretty direct with our time. So first, find that most comfortable position that can be sitting, hanging out, right? The next thing that we're going to do when we start into this, we're going to start breathing and syncing and breathing together as a group. So, breathing is obviously very important, and we'll hit breathing techniques here in a little while on another day. But in this one, we're just going to find that most comfortable position. Put your hands wherever you feel comfortable, They could be in some kind of a mudra, which we'll discuss sometime in the future, sitting down, laying in your lap, on the floor, laying on your side, sitting on your heart. It's really completely up to you at this point in time. You're going to find that certain things just work better for you than others, and that's okay. So for right now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sit down. If you need to stretch, get into that most comfortable position that we've already talked about. And at this point in time, just going to start a little bit with our hands on our heart. Now, depending on your sex, depending on everything that you've got going on, sometimes it's comfortable to hit here, some here. Sometimes I'll take my thumb, which you can't see, and I'll touch it right at the base bone, like just a little bit above. I wanted to say your clavicle, that's in your back. Anyway, right here. And just hold the chest. The next switch, at some point in time when I figure this tech out better, I'm going to flop this screen because there are certain parts that are just better to be felt than seen. And so this is a part where you would close your eyes, and I'm still going to be on camera at this moment, but just give your eyes a close, put your heart, your hands on your chest, and I want you to take your focus of your eyes and move them all the way to about the center of your forehead. This is going to give your mind an anchor point. As normally our eyes shift right and left, right, left, right and left. This is when they're going crazy. So we're just going to hold our eyes not all the way up in the forehead, but just right and at someplace nice and center. Sitting up nice and straight or laying down nice and flat. Breathing and exhaling all the way out. All the way till your belly button pushes into your spine. Breathing in through your nose. Filling your lungs. And take them till about as full as you can. Hold it here and pause just for a couple seconds. And release. Nice and slow. Belly button all the way to spine again. And breathing in. Nice, full, slow, deep breaths. And at this time, when you get to the top, breathe in a little more. Give your body that little extra oxygen that it requires, that it wants, that it desires, that it loves to have so much. And out. Taking it all the way down to the bottom, pausing just for a second at the very bottom. And breathing in again. Nice and full through the nose. All the way to the top. Fill the lungs completely full. A little bit more. Then pretend you're breathing in through a straw and go. And hold. A little bit longer. And release. You start taking your own breaths at your own pace, but following the same modality, breathing in fully, all the way to the top, more full and more complete than you normally breathe on a regular basis. If you need to, roll your shoulders back, opening up the spine, opening up your chest. And if you can, keep your thoughts on that little spot right in between your eyebrows. Breathing in at your own pace. I'd like you to just slowly, softly start to use that unlimited power of your mind, that imagination. Start to feel yourself in maybe a more comfortable position. Maybe you find yourself outside on the grass, overlooking a stream, a river, a mountain, the ocean. Whatever feels right for you, just softly starting to imagine. And for those of you that have a hard time imagining, just imagine that you can. It only takes that little teeny bit to open the door to that wild, vast place we call your mind. Just placing yourself and seeing, maybe there's a little more detail than you could see before. If you're on the grass, maybe you can start to feel the blades of grass. Maybe you see the green. the vastness of the place that you're sitting, and if you're on the ocean, perhaps it's the sand. Starting to hear the sounds that you would hear if you were in that place. Starting to feel that breeze, ever so slight, ever so gently. Taking a deep, full breath in, all the way. And exhaling. And exhaling all the doubts that you can actually imagine that you're in this place. Allowing your mind to wander and to see a little bit more detail of the blue skies, the birds, allowing your heart, where your hands are placed, and your mind to become synced, both in this center place of your imagination, of this creation, this place that you desire to be. Breathing. And I'd like for you to start to imagine that there's other people around you. Perhaps it's the people that are tuning in from all over the world on this stream. Perhaps it's your family. They're also sitting, enjoying this beautiful landscape. That you're not alone. Maybe you can see them playing. Or maybe everybody's meditating with you. Sitting in this place of your own serenity, of your own creation. No matter what's going around you in the outside world, maybe you're here in construction where you're at. Neighbors, office workers, it doesn't matter, because in this space, we're just here in our practice. Breathing. Sharing a few moments of breath with one another, with other people, live, with the same intention as you. To feel better, to feel more love, and paint that perfect world that's around us, that we know is there. Just like a sculptor, a little bit by a little bit gets to be chipped off until we find that beautiful, perfect space. And while you're here, with that unlimited power of your mind opening up, your heart's opening up, you can feel yourself become more and more centered. For the next few minutes, it's going to be just you, keeping this breath. Stop speaking, keeping that focus in that little spot in between your eyes, and breathe. Slowly and softly, just starting to breathe again, coming back into your body, into your own sensations, into your own environment, and breathing in together as a group, all the way in. And out. One more time. Before you open your eyes, I'd like you to just consider all the people that were on here with you in that moment, and even the companies, the social media platforms that allow us to stream, all their employees, all those that allowed us in this moment to have a couple minutes together. And send a little appreciation and a little love, knowing that whatever you send back comes back to you at least tenfold, maybe a million, maybe a billion. But allowing you to be there, allowing you to send and feel and receive, as everything that you sent out is also just sent back to you by all those that are on with us. That last minute of breath. And softly open your eyes. My friends, we're going to be streaming these pretty much every day. It's something that, well, not only do I love to do this kind of service, but also it just brings us closer together as a people, as a family, as a group. And it's something that is desired right now on this planet at this time. With all the uncertainty, with all the things that are going on, we'll find here in these moments that there's no race, there's no religion, there's no differences of governmental opinions. There's just a couple of people connecting together and breathing for a moment. That's pretty beautiful. And it's something that we desperately need. So we're going to end here at this moment. In the future, I'm just going to keep these things open for chats and communications, but also share this with somebody that maybe wanted to learn how to meditate, or maybe somebody that's going through depression and is by themselves. And you're just like, hey, I want to share this with you to help you not feel more alone. And perhaps even after we're done, then go and share this whole meditation on your wall or in a message or in a group and bring more people back together. The more that we grow this community, well, there's a lot of amazing research and studies that happen that say what will happen. Just know it's pretty awesome and amazing. And I appreciate you for being here. If you have any questions, just type into your messages. And yeah, we'll be back on again soon. Tomorrow at the same time. And then after that, I'm going to play with times to figure out what's going to work best for us as a global community. Okay, appreciate you guys.